TheEllenShow.
See? Everyone... We're all moving in together.
Oh, can I visit?
Yes, you can.
Good.
You can live here if you'd like.
Ooh, that's quite an offer.
Because there's no... Yes, it is, isn't it? You won't get that from other talk shows.
I can tell you I haven't yet.
Yeah, not yet. All right, so is it Anne or Annie? Because the other night when I met you, I thought you said Annie, but is it...
Yeah, everybody calls me Annie. I mean, Anne is on the birth certificate. But by the way, can I just say what a pleasure it is to be here?
Oh, thank you.
Because I've been, I've been a huge fan since I was about 10 years old.
Oh, thank you very much.
I used to watch you on Comedy Central all the time.
When you were 10 years old, you watched me?
Yeah.
You got my comedy at 10 years old?
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, and then when I started to do physical comedy and preparing for Princess Diaries, you were a big inspiration.
Really?
Yeah, just sort of like the, you know, stuff.
Oh, I'm known for that.
Exactly. I meant that as a compliment, please believe me.
And I take it as one.
Oh, good. So
I'm Ellen the Amuser, you know that.
So.
All right, so it's Annie.
Yes.
All right, Annie. Nice to have you here. I'm glad that you're happy to be here.
Thank you. Yes,
and I'm thrilled that you've been watching me since you were 10. I feel very old. No, I actually don't feel old.
You look great.
Yeah, oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, you do.
And I keep this back here just to...
Oh, I didn't try that.
Yeah, it's once in a while you just take a little hit of it.
And
There's actually oxygen in here right now. Yeah,
thank
smell
you.
it. It'll actually...
Aren't you jealous?
Yeah. Ooh, there is oxygen.
I'll take your... I don't go around sniffing. Take your word for it.
Now, okay, so you just you what? What did you say?
I don't even know.
What did you say?
I said I don't go around usually inhaling pure oxygen, but so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a long story. I was dancing the other day, and I needed it, but but I look great, and that's the important thing. So you just turned 21 the other day, recently?
Well,
when?
November.
November.
Yes.
And so congratulations, 21.
Thank you.
What's that like?
I liked it because being a teenager was kind of awful. You know, when you're a teenager, there's always a sense that somehow because it will end eventually. So there's this kind of impending sense of doom attached to everything. So when I turned 21, all of a sudden, the next thing that I could count on was that someday I would die. And I didn't know what that was, and that made me really happy. So yeah, so it's actually, I've mellowed out since turning 21.
Yeah. Well, the drinking helps a lot because we all have that doom. Yeah. We all have that sense of doom until and then when the 21 comes around, we can drink, and then because the doom is still there, it doesn't go away.
All right.
Well, so now you're mellow more.
Yeah, I think I've kind of calmed down a little bit.
Because it says here on the cover of Cosmo Girl, Anne Hathaway, she's not that innocent. What have you done?
Well, I haven't gotten married in Las Vegas or anything.
No,
but
what is that? What does that mean, she's not that innocent?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask the writer.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty normal, so apparently that means I'm not that innocent.
Well, they do stuff like that to get you to read the article.
Are you intrigued?
Yes, I just haven't had time to get to it. Yeah. So, no, I am good. I'll read it right now.
Great. So anyway, everybody, I was walking down the street the other day.
Now, this is another amazing thing that I can't believe you're in college. And you just finished, you're doing movie after movie. How are you still in college?
Well, I'm taking lots of breaks. The college is being really nice and letting me do that. And
where are you going?
I go to Vassar College. And so I've completed a year and a half. I hope to get back next year to finish up the sophomore year. It's taken a really long time, but it's going really well.
So you'll graduate when you're like 60?
Basically, yeah. My parents are very proud.
Yeah. They should be proud of you. All right, what's your major? What are you majoring in?
Well, I'm obviously doing really well because I'm undeclared, but I'm going to be an English major, hopefully with a correlate in international politics.
English major? Well, why would you do? I can understand everything you're saying.
I got a thing for dead poets. Yeah. What can I say?
And and then what do you want to do in politics?
Oh, just well, it's kind of like a minor, but we don't have minors. We have correlates. We're pretentious. So
correlates?
A correlate. So and that would be in international politics.
I see. But you're going to still act, right? Are you going to?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's just I love learning and going to school, and I mean it sounds like an obvious thing to say, but I learned more in the past 3 semesters than I ever knew really was out there before. So I figure, well, what else is there that I can figure out?
Well, good for you to have that kind of thirst for knowledge like that. Some people would just get into this acting and do nothing else.
Well, I mean,
like me.
You're doing okay. Don't pull that.
I just try to absorb everything I can from the guests. I'll be, during the break, asking you what all of that you just said meant. We actually have to take a commercial. We'll be back in a second. We're back with Anne Hathaway. That's a clip from Ella Enchanted. And so in the movie you play, you have to obey orders. You're born with the...
That clip makes more sense if you know that I have no choice in my actions. Basically,
Right.
once Ella hears a command, she's under a fairy curse, so she has to do everything that she's told.
Uh-huh. And who... We had Vivica Fox on, and she plays...
Lucinda, the fairy she's kind of the demented fairy of the kingdom.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she thinks the gift of obedience is great. It's not.
Right. And did you have fun doing that?
Oh, I had a great time working on it. We were in Ireland, and we just sort of, and you know, the 21 thing didn't matter there. So no, we had, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We had a great time there.
And you sing in the movie too, right?
Yes, I do. That wasn't in. I didn't plan on it, but after I got to Ireland, after they already had me, they asked me if I would, and so I said yeah.
Did they know that you sang?
They did. I was kind of a competitive choir girl in high school.
Yeah.
So.
What does that mean, competitive choir?
Well, I was. That's it. You could have been too. I was actually. This thing sounded really dorky, but I was the #1 ranked soprano 1 in New Jersey when I was in high school.
Wow! Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
You were Annie the Entertainer.
See, there you go, following in your footsteps. I wish. No, it was great. We got to sing, and then I joined a national choir, and we got to sing at Carnegie Hall. It was really fun.
Wow. Well, will you sing for us right now?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, so in the movie, Ella finds herself at a giant wedding, and she sings this song that I think people know. It's by Queen. So, okay. Can anybody find me somebody to? And then the giants come in with love.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you. That's beautiful. Ella Enchanted, it hits theaters this Friday. The big finish is next. Don't go away. That was really beautiful. You can.
I don't want them to stop. I didn't want to sit.
Yeah, no, and they won't stop. They're the friendliest, nicest people you'll ever find.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. I have those shoes.
You do? These are the best shoes, these Converse. You can't go wrong with these.
They're awesome. You know, Michelle Williams, who's also in the movie, she has a pair, and she's had them for so long they have holes all over them. Her socks are sticking out. I'm like, I think you can afford a new one.
She can. And everybody can afford new ones after this movie. It's doing really well. I know it's a small release, but it's doing very, very well. Congratulations on all the success.
You know, sometimes when people compliment you on a film, you're just kind of like, oh, I'm just glad we didn't all fall on our faces. But this one I'm really proud of. So
you should be proud of it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's, you know, it's a beautiful story. It's beautiful to watch. The scenery is incredible. And that was in Canada? Is that where that was shot?
We shot America in Canada,
yeah. It was supposed to be Wyoming, right? Is that where?
Wyoming and Texas.
God, it's just stunning. And now, and you're riding horses. A lot of people, that's what I loved about it too. There are a lot of horses in the movie, which I love watching horseback riding. But because you were good in it. Was that you or was that somebody else riding?
It was a combination of me and this unbelievably talented 15-year-old.
Really?
Yeah, she's 15.
Doing the barrel racing?
Yeah, she did kind of the fast stuff, but I turned in that close-up really convincingly. The horse, by the way, is going like 7 miles an hour. But that girl, the real girl, though, she was incredible. Oh, I don't remember her name, though, but she was really something.
Well, we'll put it in later.
Okay, thank you.
We'll run
Flashing under the screen.
So, and had you ridden horses before?
Well, you know, I've been on horses. Aang actually asked me that during the audition, and I just told a bold-faced lie, and I was like, of course, I'm an Olympic jumper. And, you know, the truth is I'd like walked in that line that you go on when you're, you know, young and you go to the Rocking Horse Ranch with your family, and, you know, the horse in front of you is kind of passing gas. That happened.
So you said yes, you'd ridden a horse, and then it turns out he didn't like try you on it. He just hired you, and then you.
I mean, there wasn't a horse in the room at the audition.
Right.
So. Although that would have been a first.
Yeah. Really, you do. Yeah. So then you had to train all of a sudden.
Yeah, I did. So I actually learned in Central Park. I learned a lot about Texas and Manhattan, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of prepared for the part at the library, so.
And riding in Central Park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the tonight is the Golden Globes, and you have 7 nominations. It's really incredible.
Well, thank you. I'd love it if you know, I had 7 nominations, but it's the film.
It's the film, but you're going, right?
Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm gonna clap louder than anybody else when all my peeps get up there. I just said peeps. I'm sorry. When all my people get up there to accept their awards.
I like saying peeps. I think it's a good word.
Well, I think it's a great.
You think it's too Hollywood
word.
to say peeps?
No, not at all. I'm not sure I have enough street cred to back it up.
Oh yeah. No, you're wearing like a little bling. It's okay.
Absolutely. There you go.
And did you go back to college? Is that what I just heard?
Yeah, I was at Vassar for a while, and then all my friends decided to be, consistent and graduate, and I haven't done that yet. And so I transferred to NYU. So now I'm there, and just chugging along, trying to get my degree. Well, I'm just about to switch majors, but my current one, you kind of create your own major, and mine is looking at the links between literature, international politics, and mass media / art history. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
No, I'm working on that same thing. All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Julie Andrews, who you worked with, and she's on the show. And what a potty mouth she has.
Terrible. You didn't know that.
Yeah, she really does. It's unbelievable. We'll be right back with Anne Hathaway. We're back with Anne Hathaway. All right, so before this movie, you did totally different kinds of movies. You did Princess Diaries. You did, is it Ella Enchanted? You did that. And we were talking about, this is you and Julie Andrews right here, Princess Diaries. 2, actually.
Thank you. Oh, you saw it. Good.
She really is such an elegant woman. She gives the appearance of being so...
She's such a lady.
Yes. But
everybody has their off-camera persona.
Yeah.
And the good news is she is so much fun, but she swears like a sailor.
She really does.
I mean, and I've got to say, it was so satisfying, because like everybody, you're on set, and there's no way to be perfect. You mess up a take, but when Julie Andrews lets an F-bomb fly, I mean, you kind of want there to be a song about it, that she would sing it. It would be the F-bomb song.
Yeah, she really is. It's one thing, but you can, doing a movie, obviously she does that and you don't use that take. We're doing a show, she's on the set and I'm trying to talk to her, and it was impossible to get an interview. This is when she was on the show. And that brings back so many memories. That was such an important film, I think, and I watched everybody sing along. What was it like working with all those kids?
It was everybody thinks 7 kids, but they were the littlest one was the most for me, because she was just a tad days. She's now this looking Monroe-esque.
I couldn't even talk to her.
I know. I mean, what do? Did you tell her it's like a family audience?
Yeah. That we had to do the whole interview over again. It was hard. We tried just bleeping it, but no, she's
wonderful.
She's amazing, isn't she?
Really, one of the most inspiring people I've ever met. So beautiful.
I adore her, and congratulations to you. And as we go out, I just have to show this adorable picture of her dog.
I love.
This is look how cute that dog is. That's cute.
Her name's Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Sorry, I'm so in love with her.
She's cute, and she's in love with you. Look at that face.
I do
too.
It's actually, I have, when I work out, I have a workout mix that I call my ass grind. And you're not getting a copy of that with the Nike stuff as well. But
no.
That's my #2 song on it.
Oh, really? What other songs do you have on there? What kind of songs get you going like that?
I really like that one. I also have Jackson 5, Baby One More Chance, and just sort of all the happy out there ones. Your hair looks really good. We were talking about it backstage.
Thanks a lot.
Love your hair.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Your hair looks good too.
Oh, thanks. I woke up, it was just like this. Wow.
Yeah. Lucky you. So tell me about working with Meryl Streep. I love Meryl so much, and she's so funny.
Amazing.
Was that the first time meeting her, or had you met her before?
I had met her once at sort of a Hollywood party, and she in no way remembered it. And I sort of rambled on for about 5 minutes while she just sort of smiled and everything. And then at the end of it, she cut me off, and she's like, "Oh, you're so pretty." And then she just sort of turned away, and I'm like, "Oh." It was the best put down ever. So, so then when I met her again, it was better. But she was very kind, and I thought, oh great, I'm going to get to work with Meryl Streep. I'll get to hear all the back, behind the scenes gossip about what Robert De Niro's like, what Clint Eastwood's like. And she's just like, oh, just FYI, I'm not going to be nice to you on this movie set, but you're lovely.
Wow. But no, she was staying in character.
Yeah, just because she was going to stay in character.
Right.
And so it's, you're working with your idol, and
that's
so you're
horrible.
just like, anything you want is fine. But it's okay. She was like that with everyone, though. So it wasn't like just me, which that would have been horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
But
you see her hanging out with everybody.
Exactly. And then I walk by, and she just goes.
So are you, because you're dressed, I love the way you dress. I mean, are you usually into fashion?
I woke up wearing this too.
Really?
Yeah, just like this. I like fashion, I do. It's cool. It's a strange thing that now at this point, people are paying attention to what I wear. So it used to be something a bit more enjoyable, and now it sort of feels, in a strange way, competitive. But
right. They're going to catch you in that one outfit when you go out shopping or something.
Exactly. Where your hair's up and your pants are falling down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Well, now they're looking for it. Now that they know you do that.
Exactly.
But so you do like fashion. You're into that.
I do, yeah. I think it's nice. I like the design of clothes, and I think it's really interesting the way people choose to present themselves to the world. And you and I are kind of sporting the same idea.
A little bit,
yeah.
a little bit of the same idea.
I like it.
But I'll always go for a white shirt and a vest. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't go wrong. I mean, have you worn something that you go, oh, I shouldn't have worn that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone has that moment, albeit privately. Mine was horrible. It was kind of one of those awful, cried about it for days type things. I went to this, event, and there was this really long press line, and I'd done the Princess Diaries. I wasn't in any way like a big deal, but people were all of a sudden paying a lot of attention to me, and I'm like, wow, maybe it's happening, and I'm becoming an adult, and my career is turning a corner. No, my dress was completely see-through, and it was fine. No, it was fine, like to the naked eye, but apparently with a flashbulb, I was naked. So, yeah, that was bad. And the worst thing, what was so awful? People thought that I did it intentionally to get, like, to wind up in papers and stuff.
Are you saying we have a picture? Somebody's saying we have a picture. We have a.
You did not just do that. You did not just do that.
Well, you at least had the Ellen thing covering it, so that's good.
I know.
That's great that you brought that with you.
Exactly. Available at CVS now. No, yeah.
Wow.
So, since then, I'm very happy for, nipple petals.
Yeah.
Never leave home without them. It's like American Express cards, really.
Uh-huh. Okay. To say about that. That's great. No, always wear them. The Devil Wears Prada comes out today on DVD. Everybody in our studio audience, oh, they're lucky. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. Congratulations.
You look wonderful. I love your haircut.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. So, congratulations. Things are very, very good right now, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as good moments goes, this one's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my ego. I usually have a pretty, balanced ego. It's kind of threatened right now.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
No, well, that's good. Enjoy that. Enjoy that, because you do good work, and then you want to get recognized. And Rachel Getting Married is getting you a lot of attention. And I saw the film. I loved it. You were great in it.
Thank you so much.
Have you seen the film, Rachel Getting Married?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's a smaller film.
It's a small little.
Is it out right now? I saw it at home, but
I think the theatrical release is winding down, and I think it should be coming out on DVD pretty soon. But it should be still out there. It's a very small film. It's a kooky little heartbreaker of a film.
Yeah, and
really
a totally different role that you would play, right? Is that why you took it?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny to be an actor and to have people think a certain way of you based on the roles that you play. So,
right.
But understandably, based on my choices, people, I think, thought that I was, a good girl, a comedian, someone who liked to make people laugh. And I do like to do those things, but I had always dreamed about, going out there trying to find, that really big, meaty, complex role and going for it. And so when when it came across my path, I couldn't say no to it.
And then you do Bride Wars, and you get nominated for Golden Globe. That's got to be excited to get that call, right?
Yeah. It was really cool. You know, I've been in films that had gotten attention before, and I've never gotten any individual attention, so it was pretty cool. I was a little nervous though, just because, like I said, there have been other years where I'd hoped maybe, you know, there was a slim chance I could be nominated where I wasn't, and so I had asked a very good friend of mine to sleep over just in case I needed someone to cry with the next morning. But I got a good call, so we danced around the kitchen and made eggs.
At 5 a.m. because they call you at that time, right?
Oh, it was crazy. I was so disoriented.
Yeah.
Because my cell phone rang and my house phone rang at the same time, and I was really asleep, and my cell phone showed that my mother was calling, but I answered the house phone, and I somehow thought through the magical powers of motherhood that I would hear my mom's voice on that phone, and I heard my publicist, and he told me, I'm like, all right, well, hang on, and I think I just hung up on him, and then I answered the phone, I'm like, Mom, okay, there we go, that seems more appropriate.
Right,
so.
right. Well, so she knew also, she was watching.
She did. Well, they're in New York, so it wasn't, but it wasn't as early for them, but it was so great because my parents, I mean, I have a great relationship with my parents, and it's really cool to see. My parents are really proud of me, and so I was on the phone.
You seem so shocked by that.
Well, it's a nice thing to know. I know they're such good people, and I love the fact that I'm leading a life, you know, an imperfect life, of course, but the fact that I am making them proud, it means a lot to me.
That's sweet, and you deserve all this because you're having a great life professionally, and sometimes life is up and down, and personally it hasn't been so good, and professionally it's great, so it balances out a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you need, you know, I'm good at setting people up. I'm really good.
Oh God, okay.
If you need someone, I will find you a boyfriend.
Do you see how nervous I just got? I'm just like, all right.
No, I'm really good at it though.
Dating, leaving
you
yourself
don't even have to date. You can go straight to a commitment because.
Okay, perfect. No problem.
I'm pretty good at. What are you looking for in a guy?
At this point, I just like him to be law-abiding, but...
Okay, well, that opens it up. You know. That's great. I've got just the guy for you.
2008 was the year where I learned to have a sense of humor about everything, so...
Really?
Oh, yeah, big time. Actually, when, you're alluding, of course, to my breakup with my ex. When I found out I had to do a press tour for Get Smart, and, you know, it was very odd. I was in shock, and but I wanted to fulfill my professional commitments, and I didn't have anywhere to go afterwards because the paparazzi were obviously very interested in getting a picture of me, you know, crying. So I went to a friend's house, and it was really nice. It was the first moment that I could let go, and I remember sinking onto her on her living room floor, and she came and she gave me the biggest hug, and my brother was there, and everyone was just surrounding me, giving me so much love, and I'm sobbing, and I look up, and I just started to laugh, and I just said, it's going to make a great opening monologue on SNL. And so then, like, 2 weeks later, I got the call that I was going to be on SNL, and I'm just like, you know what? And that's how I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to laugh first. No one's going to be able to laugh at me, and and it eventually will just be something that happened to me. And now it is, and I'm so thrilled.
Good for you, because that's not your fault. Good for you. Good for you. Things happen around. You can't let it in.
Yeah. You know, and good things come from it. I mean, I feel like also in 2008, you know, the whole experience made me so much closer to my family. I feel like I'm a better friend because I had to receive so much love in 2008, so I really understand what it is now to give it. And so it was a really transformative experience in a lot of good ways.
Good. That's what you should get from any experience is something you learn from it and grow and appreciate it and never regret it, right?
Yeah, and never do it again.
Yeah. Right. All right, and you gave me a wide open array of guys to pick from. Law-abiding, a lot of those.
Good.
All right, and recently, this was a cool thing, you auctioned yourself off for charity, which is very giving of you. You talk about giving.
Yeah, it was, I was giving Sigourney Weaver the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Trevor Project, which I believe you received the same award last year, was it? Congratulations.
Thank you.
And normally, I didn't know that there would be, you know, an auction, and I normally would give something like a prop from a movie, or you never know what people would be interested in. So I wasn't prepared, so the only thing I could offer was myself. And
when you say that, what do you mean?
Well, I thought, you know, maybe, like in the past, I've auctioned off babysitting. You know, like, so in case anybody was incredibly wealthy and wanted to not that I would expect lots of money. That sounded terrible. Just bear in mind. I didn't.
More money than a normal babysitter would cost.
Yeah, you know, I mean, when I babysat when I was a teenager, I charged $10 an hour, but that, you know, that's good for charity. But you know, maybe we could do a little better now.
Right.
So I basically thought, okay, I'm just going to auction off my time. What can I do? Well, if I'm not enough, I'll, you know, pay for drinks. So I basically auctioned off myself as a drinking buddy.
As a drinking buddy?
Yeah.
And how much did they pay for that?
$12,000. Wow.
Good for you.
It was amazing. I was a little nervous because there is a moment where you're like, let's start the bidding at $49.99.
Wow. People will pay a lot of money not to drink alone, huh? $12,000. And did you do it yet?
I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. I met the people that evening. I'm looking forward to it. But
how many people are you going to drink with?
3.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
It may be a long time of drinking for $12,000.
I want to make sure they get their money's worth.
Well, yeah. That's hilarious. Well, good for you for doing that. And the Trevor Project is such a worthy cause.
It really is.
Good for you. All right, when we come back, you're going to show us those dance moves that you do in the movie that are so wonderfully perfect. All right, we'll be right back. Anne Hathaway and Bride Wars. So, what is Bride Wars about? Tell people.
Bride Wars is the story about 2 girls. They've been best friends since they were 8 years old. And they're the type of girls who are absolutely wedding obsessed. And they've been dreaming of their perfect day since they were 8. They want to get married at the plaza. They want to be each other's maids of honor. And it's all very, very nice. And then they wind up actually just, you know, through circumstance, getting engaged around the same time. And they go to the best wedding planner in New York. And their dreams are coming true. And then there's a clerical error, and their weddings get scheduled for the same day. And then there's a misunderstanding, and my character thinks that Kate's stolen the day, like, rather than wait for me. Because, you know, a friend, you would normally give the day up, and my character, I mean, the clip that you just saw, that's the meanest thing she's ever said to anyone. So she's a very nice, sweet girl, and you would expect her to give the day up, but she feels very betrayed by her friend, so she just says, you know what, war's on, I'm gonna have a better wedding. And then Kate says, oh, no, I'm gonna have a better wedding. And the movie kind of, with better dialogue than that, kind of grows from there.
No, that was fine. So,
thank you.
And so you wrestle Kate in a dress that. What was a wrestling scene like?
Oh man, it was a total throwdown. It was this movie had a tough schedule, and we shot that at night, so it was about 5 o'clock in the morning. Kate and Kate's a great girl. She's so much fun. We're both in our wedding dresses, like, you know, we have to strangle each other. And Kate's got this big poofy princess dress, and I've got like a more mermaid tighter thing. So, like, we're doing this one shot where I have to just kind of fall on top of her, and I go, and the material in my dress makes me fall to the side, so I kind of flop over here, and then I flop over there, and I just realize I cannot straddle her, so I'm kind of strangling Kate Hudson's side saddle. And so it's going very well.
Ladylike.
Very ladylike. Well, you know, bridal beatdown's very ladylike.
Well, to straddle side saddle is always...
You know, she hit me.
Yeah.
During that scene. Kate.
Did you get hurt?
I did. Well, not hurt, but she did hit me. And Kate's character is a girl who has to have the best of everything. So, of course, her character has a 5-carat, you know, Tiffany diamond ring. And one take, she turned and just smacked me across the face. And Kate's like, oh, my God, are you okay? I'm like, no, it feels good. It's good. Keep going. Yeah. So then, and I didn't want to make her feel bad, so I kind of found a corner and was sitting there with an ice pack. And then she walked by, and she's like, oh, no. And I was like, no, it's okay, because you never want to break it, you know, stop it or make anyone feel bad. It was an accident.
Well, somebody's bound to get hurt if you're wrestling like that. They had to know that. Somebody's hoping for that in the background. You know that.
Well, we did have a few extras there who were kind of like, you know, I think they were placing bets.
Exactly. All right, so the scene that you're a little tipsy, right? And you were you really tipsy in the scene?
I wish I were, because that would explain my bad dancing that follows. But no, that's all me.
It wasn't bad dancing.
Oh, thank
all right,
you.
What kind of dancing do you call it?
Well, in the movie, one of the pranks that Kate's character does is I want to have a beautiful opening, you know, first dance waltz at my wedding, and Kate sends me a kind of hip-hop obsessed wedding instructor, and so he teaches me how to pop and lock.
Well, let's show people what you've learned.
Shall we then?
Come on now.
Okay. All right, okay. All right.
I'll watch you first.
No, you come over here.
I know, but I'm going to watch you first.
Watch me first, okay.
Don't fall.
Well, the first thing that my character does when she gets up there is she drops it like it's hot. So you gotta... Wow. Perfect. And then this is the... thanks. How are you?
It's good. I'm very well, thanks. I just said she's so good in this movie. You really are. Very funny.
It was kind of one of those really great dream jobs. You come in for a few days. I work with Gary Marshall, who's kind of like my granddad now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Valentine's Day?
You know, I do like it. I do very much. I like romantic gestures and not in like a Schadenfreude way, but I'm really enjoying watching like kind of the guys begin to sweat like 2 days out. You know, like they start to get a little bit nervous about it.
Is that what's happening in your house right now? Someone's sweating already?
Well, we actually, I've got to say, we decided this year to forego gifts, and any money we would have spent on gifts we're going to donate to Haiti relief.
Good for you. Good for you. That's great.
Which, by the way, you know, Valentine's Day is about love in all of its forms, and I think that's a great way of expressing love. And, you know, it's not just about romantic love. You can, everybody call your mother. Remember that. Call your mom, tell her you love her.
Just call anybody you love. And even if you don't love them, just call people.
Just call them.
Just make random phone calls and just say, I love you, and hang up.
The phone book is there for a reason.
Exactly.
If not for Valentine's Day,
what a great thing if everyone just dialed numbers all day long and you got a call and someone just said, I love you. What a great place that would be. Let's all do it that day.
I'm up for it.
Let's do it. Do you remember your first love or your first kiss?
I do. Sadly, they weren't the same person. But
which was the first? The kiss?
The first was the kiss. And I was 12 years old. If there's any Jerseyites here, I was at the Maplewood Movie Theater, and I was watching Pocahontas.
Ooh.
And at one point, I think it was during Colors of the Wind, you know, Pocahontas is teaching John Smith about the world around him and how beautiful it is. I looked into his eyes, he who shall remain nameless, and we just kissed. And it was so passionate, and right when she's going like, how high does the sycamore grow? I'm like, this is happening! It's really real! Maybe that wasn't the best lyric to come up with. Oh, God, I am forever doing that. All the time. Am I blushing?
No, it's great. We have our promo. Come on, let's look at you on the cover of, this is GQ, British GQ. And did you go in and say, I want to look like this, or did they spring this on you?
Well, yeah. Well, who doesn't want to wake up in the morning and just be like, I'm going to throw my arms above my head and look like that? But you know, when I talked to them about the shoot and the concept for the shoot, they were like, you were going to kind of go for like a Victorian look because of Alice in Wonderland. So I show up and I'm like, well, I guess corsets are Victorian. But I kind of kept waiting for them to bring out the pants, and the pants never
came?
up.
Now, you said you were from Jersey. Do you watch Jersey Shore? Are you a fan?
I watch Jersey Shore.
Really?
Gotta do the fist pump.
And who's your favorite?
Oh, well, oh gosh, I love Snooki. Snooki has my heart.
Well, we had them on the show this week, last week, I can't remember. This week, we played Know or Go with them. And Snooki, I thought she was gonna do okay, but this is a clip of Snooki on Know or Go. New Jersey is one of the 13 original colonies. Name the other 12.
All of them?
Yeah.
New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Canada.
Oh, man.
Of course, Snooki.
Yeah.
And you know what she would say? That she would just be like, my life sucks.
No,
She's always going on.
She was adorable. Oh. And you said that you love helping with Haiti, and they still need our help.
And they're going to for a really long time.
For a long, long time. Well, we are 4 hugs away from Nivea's $100,000. 4 hugs away. Want to do it?
Will I do it?
Come on, go hug some people. you play, in Valentine's Day, you play a phone sex operator. Mm-hmm. And was there research involved in this?
Yes, there was. I actually know someone who was an assistant, as my character is in the movie, and did moonlight as a phone sex operator, so I asked her lots of questions. And once I've kind of found out that I was going to be a phone sex operator, I said, well, you know, I think she's pretty smart, so I think she'd probably be like the fetish girl. So then I started to do research about fetishes. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. There were so many. And the craziest one that I heard was that a man, the only way that he could climax was if he was being yelled at by a woman wearing all leather while he was naked under a trench coat on his hands and knees, pushing a hard-boiled egg across the floor.
Wow. I thought that was just me. That's, wow.
By the way, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Wow. And it had to be hard-boiled egg. Couldn't just be an egg. It had to be hard-boiled and...
I kind of was really curious about the process of elimination for him to arrive at that,
right.
you know, kind of, I don't know, technique?
Right, or just to get there, like, almost, I'm missing something, almost.
What is it?
I mean, I felt good, but there was something missing. I'll try an egg. Maybe it's got to be hard-boiled. That's crazy.
Did he go past it? Did he, like, diet for Easter? Like, what did he do?
Something, well, usually, I guess you hear those things is you hear there's something that triggers that, but what gets to that? What happens as a young child that is what's exciting?
Too many egg salad sandwiches?
I don't know. That fell on the floor and
broke his heart.
I could keep going, but all right. Valentine's Day is in theaters now, and today you're all going home with a copy of the soundtrack. We'll be right back. Tara Zing, I think, in Anaheim, California. Hi, Ellen. I'm sure you get this all the time, and I know this is a shot in the dark, but I was wondering if at all possible if you're having the director Tim Burton or any of the cast of Alice in Wonderland, if I could get tickets to the movie. Wow, how pushy. Thank you so much, Tara. Well, Tara, I get a lot of requests for special favors. Unfortunately, there's too many for me to do every single time. But this one time, I managed to pull some strings, and I got you 2 tickets to see Alice in Wonderland, and they are not on my desk. Who has the tickets to Alice in Wonderland?
I'm very well, Ellen.
So you just happen to be backstage with my tickets?
Just passing by
well,
with the
thanks
tickets.
for bringing them out and sitting down.
My pleasure.
Because you could have just...
How is everybody?
So, this is a movie that I think everybody is looking at going, this looks unbelievable. I can't wait to see it. Is it as good as it looks?
It's really wonderful.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I just saw it in London last week, and I was so blown away by it, and I'm just so proud to be in it. You know, I lobbied really hard.
Yeah, what did you do to get this movie? Because I know a lot of actresses, when they read a script, they're like, I got to be in this. What'd you do?
Well, I had been sent the script even before Tim was attached to direct, and I was so moved by the story that I called the studio and I said, I will do anything to play the White Queen. I don't know who the director is, but when it comes time to think of casting, if you could remember me, that would really be wonderful. And I'm not sure if that wasn't pathetic to do.
No.
I mean, I got the part, which was good, but...
That's not pathetic.
But
That's passionate.
I don't know if it's kind of like, you know, calling a guy that you like and being like, hey, I don't know if you're interested, but I totally like you. So if you're ever free...
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think a guy would mind that either.
You know what, though? I got the part, and I'd do it again the same way. It was worth it to get in there.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And was Johnny Depp attached already?
At that point, no. Johnny came on when Tim came on.
And had you worked with Johnny? Do you know Johnny? I mean, look at this. That's crazy. You know him?
He's so fun in the movie. I know him a little bit now through the movie, and it's so fun because they always ask me, they're like, oh, do you like Johnny Depp? Did you like Johnny Depp? And I'm like, everybody likes Johnny Depp. He's the best guy ever.
How do you not like Johnny Depp?
It's like not liking the sun. Why wouldn't you like the sun?
Yeah, some people don't.
Well,
Some people are scared of the sun.
really? I think the sun's nice. It's powerful. It's got good energy. It does amazing things, and that's like what Johnny's like too. So
I agree with you on both of those things. All right, we have to take a break, and we have a little surprise for the audience after this. We'll be back. That's Anne Hathaway, and that's a clip from the movie Alice in Wonderland. That looks so good. All right, you have a little something to tell the audience, right?
I do. I mentioned that I saw the film last week, and I think it's so wonderful that I think that everyone in the audience here should see it before everyone else gets to see it on Friday. You're all going to an exclusive screening today as soon as you leave The Ellen Show.
As soon as you leave here, you're going to a screening. If you want. Alice in Wonderland opens to theaters Friday. I'd like to thank Courtney Cox, Anne Hathaway, Tenley. Bye. Hello. I have to say, I have not seen you since you hosted the Academy Awards, and I have to say, you were not only the most relaxed host that I've ever seen on there, but you just looked like you were genuinely in the moment and having fun, which is so important for us to at home watch, because it's a scary thing, isn't it?
Oh gosh, Ellen, thank you so much
No,
for saying
you were
that.
terrific. You were so relaxed, and
Well,
so you made it look like it was just you were just kind of having fun and not taking it so seriously. But I'm sure you were taking it seriously.
I was. I was taking it seriously. Well, you were like the most incredible host when you hosted, and I was
Wasn't
actually.
I?
Yes, you were. Yes. Absolutely.
Listen, I know how scary it is the moment that you're about to walk out there. What was going through your head? How was your body reacting? Because I was hyperventilating. Before I walked out, I was like, I couldn't catch a breath.
Sweat was coming out of strange places. That was definitely part of it. It was really sweet. You know, James and I were just holding hands, and he had his iPhone out, and I had no idea why he had his iPhone out. And I just remember thinking, I hope he puts that away before we get out there. And then we came out, and he started filming, and I thought, oh well, that's actually kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna let nerves get in my way. I wasn't gonna let fear get in my way. I knew how lucky I was, and I just was gonna let every moment be about joy and gratitude. And so that's all it was.
Good for you.
And it was beautiful.
Good for you. You're a nice person, and you're doing something else in the world that is a kind thing as well. You're a vegetarian, I heard.
Yes, I am.
How long have you been a vegetarian?
I was a terrible vegetarian for 15 years.
A terrible one.
Terrible. Eating meat and everything.
That's a terrible vegetarian.
It's a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
And then about a year ago, I read a wonderful book, Jonathan Safran Foer's Eating Animals.
Eating Animals, yeah.
And well, I guess it hasn't been quite a year yet. It was last July, and I've been full vegetarian since then.
Good for you.
You're a vegan, right?
I'm vegan for 3 years. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a big. I mean, it's a commitment. It's hard. Well, good for you. So let's talk about the movie. It is doing very, very well, and this is your second animated film, right?
Yeah. I did Hoodwinked a couple years ago, and now I'm doing, and now I've done this one, and it is doing well, and it's really nice when that happens.
And it's such a great job too, because there's no hair and makeup, there's no anything. You're just in a studio doing a voice.
Which is bizarre, because for the first, I did this over 3 years, and for the first year, it was like listening to an answering machine message back, which is just so painful, at least for me. But yeah. It turned in. I really love the movie. It's a good one. When is Finding Nemo 2?
Oh, that's going to come out. I don't think ever.
No.
Yeah, I have not. It takes 3 years to even write the film, and then it takes another 3 years once you do the voice. So at this rate, I'm going to sound like I don't know what. Like, I don't think that it's going to happen. I mean, I just can't imagine it happening. I know.
Come on, Pixar.
Come on, Pixar. So let me ask you about this experience. You went, was it in Africa that you spent time with giraffes?
Yeah.
Where was this exactly?
Well, I was in Africa working with a charity that I work with called The Girl Effect, which looks at poverty through the lens of adolescent girls and how we can help them. But I had a wonderful stop-off before I met the girls, and I met giraffes.
Wow.
We went to a giraffe sanctuary.
They are so incredible, aren't they?
They're so beautiful, and you know their tongues are black.
Yes, I've seen that. Yes.
And their tongues are so long, and this is the baby one. I think her name was Martha, and she was really cute because she had a nice little way about her. She would just kind of gently take the food out of your hand, and then her mother came over, who's Big Mama, and whose tongue was, I can't even know. And so I was like, oh, do you want some food? She took her tongue, wrapped it around my wrist in a death grip, and shoved my hand up into her mouth and sucked, and then let go.
Wow, Gene Simmons did that to me once. We have to take a break. We'll be back. We're back with Anne Hathaway. We're going to play a game.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. I think you'll be very, very good at this game.
Okay.
Because your mind is quick and you think about things, and this is the game called Last Word. And what it is, I'll give you a category, and we'll have 30 seconds on the clock, and you can't repeat an answer, and you want to have the last word in before the buzzer rings, okay? So you want to think of something as fast as you can. We'll go back and forth, okay?
I wish you'd complimented me afterwards, because now I'm totally freaked out that my mind is going to be slow. But thank you, that was lovely.
Your mind will be fast. First category is types of birds. I'll go first. Chicken.
Macaw.
Turkey.
Ostrich.
Pigeon.
Canary.
Emu.
Cardinal.
Duck.
That's a good one. They're the beautiful sparrow.
Robin.
Your blue jay.
Egret.
Eagle.
Heron.
I'm so bad with birds. See, I told you don't call them.
All right, that's all right. We have one more category.
Ellen. Well done.
All right. It's vegetables.
Okay.
All right. Corn.
Fennel.
Wow. Broccoli.
Peas.
Broccolini.
Tomato.
That's a fruit.
Good one. Potato.
Shard.
Very good. Pepper.
Carrots.
You said broccoli. You said broccolini. Broccoli.
I said broccoli first.
Cauliflower.
Good. Romaine lettuce.
Is rainbow Swiss chard. I'm really competitive, and this is bugging me.
All right. Well, you'll have to come back for a rematch.
It's a deal.
All right. This is Anne Hathaway. Rio opens in theaters Friday. We'll be back. That was an appropriate song, Isn't She Lovely, by Stevie Wonder. You look lovely.
Thank you,
darling.
darling.
You look lovely.
I think they played it for you.
No, that's really sweet. Congratulations on Golden Globe nominations, SAG nominations. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a very nice week.
Yeah. It's a really good week. And there's so much going on. Congratulations on getting married. You got married in September, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you have the kind of wedding? Was it a big wedding? Was it a small wedding? Did you get to enjoy it? Do you remember it?
It was, yes, I do remember
Wow,
it.
look at that. That's gorgeous.
That's him. That's my husband.
Well, I hope so. that'd be terrible if it's not.
That would be really awkward, come to think of it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. It was a beautiful day. It was the most beautiful day of my life. And it was on the larger side of intimate, but it was still small and just, pure, family, friends, and it was great. One of our dear family friends came up to me, the night before and just said, just do me a favor, tomorrow, take a minute in the middle of everything and just stand on the edge of the dance floor and just take a breath and take everything in because it's gonna move so fast. And I did that, and I just kind of I honestly felt like I was in a movie, which is weird because I make movies, but I just did this spin and I just took in all these people that I love and they were all there in one room and it was the best. I'm sorry, I could go on about it forever, but.
Well, you should want to go on about it forever. I mean, it's a wedding and it's your marriage and it's the most important thing probably you'll ever do. And I want to say thank you. Every time one of your photos from your wedding is shown, you are donating, the money is given to gay marriage rights, right? Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
It's one of those things we shouldn't have to fight for, but here we are.
Here we are. So we're going to show them every day, all day, all the time. And you look beautiful. I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you
I love your hair.
very much.
And so we'll talk about the movie in a minute, because I can go on and on about how great you are in that, and really, you're amazing. But let's talk about first how great you were on Saturday Night Live. So you hosted Saturday Night Live, and you were in a sketch that you were supposedly playing Katie Holmes on my show.
On your show.
So someone was doing me.
Kate McKinnon was doing you.
Yeah. And you were doing Katie Holmes. And then you did a hilarious, first of all, you're good at impressions. You did a great Katie. Did you hear from Katie afterwards?
I have not heard from Katie.
No.
Well, what I really wanted to have happen was, because this is the second time I've done Katie, I wanted Katie to come on the show and do me, and I wanted to do this rap about how awesome I think Katie Holmes is, but she is on Broadway and killing it on Broadway, so she couldn't do that.
She was busy.
She was busy.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard from Katie, but I did talk to Claire Danes, and who actually, I talked to her before I did just get her blessing, and she just said, go for it. Do everything.
You did such a great, I don't know if you watch Homeland. She did Claire in the character that she plays in Homeland, and you got her chin because she cries all the time in that show. She's like always upset and about to like lose it, and you did such a great job.
Thank you.
It was really, really fun.
Thank you. I mean, that show, the writers are so great on that show, and the cast is unbelievable this year. Especially, I mean, everyone's great, but the women are really shining this year. I kind of have a crush on all of them, and I just want to like stop by the offices and like hang out and braid their hair.
Yeah. Well, they would probably let you do that. But really, Kate, who plays me, you know, I'm just flattered by it because people are always calling me, going, "What do you think of that?" I think she's great. I think she's hilarious.
Well, I just want to say, like, the day before the show, I kind of came upon her and she was looking really serious, and I said, "What's up, dude?" And she said, "I just want to do a good job for Ellen." I mean, she takes it so seriously and she loves you so much.
Oh, that's great.
And so it's just, and as it is with me and Katie and Claire, she just, it's all done from so much love.
Yeah, no, I think she's really, really funny. I always tweet her. I called her when she did me the first time, and I always tweet about it. I'm really happy about that.
Well, I'm sure she's happy about that too.
And so, and then you just also turned, God, what a year for you. You just turned 30 years old.
Yes.
All of this happening before,
in 12 months. And by the way, I broke my arm and kept it a secret. So it was a very big year.
When did you break your arm?
I broke it when I finished Les Mis just before Batman Press came out, but I didn't want but I fell off my bicycle and that was how I broke it. And when my husband went to pick up my pain meds, the pharmacist was like, "Catwoman can't ride a bike." So I was like, oh my God, I can't let anyone know about this. So I managed to keep it a secret until now.
Did you have a cast on it?
I had to have surgery, so I didn't have to have a cast. I just had a removable splint.
I can't believe you kept that a secret. That's amazing.
I know, but I couldn't keep my wedding a secret. Like,
yeah, and yet you kept that a secret.
Yes.
And was that the first time you broke a bone?
Oh no. I've broken this arm twice. Now I've broken this arm twice. My pinky, my coccyx.
Coccyx, that's gotta hurt. I've heard the coccyx is a tough one.
It's really painful.
Because you have to sit on like a little
Well, that was
pillow.
the worst thing, and I broke it like the second week of my freshman year in high school, and I had to walk around with a hemorrhoidal pillow, which my friends called my butt nut. And sit on it.
So you weren't really popular in high school?
No, that never worked out for me.
How'd you break your coccyx?
A chair accidentally. Someone hooked a chair as I was sitting down, and I sat down on a concrete floor. No buffering. That's okay. Everything turned out fine.
Okay. But you've broken a lot of things.
I've broken a lot.
You seem accident prone.
I am. I'm somewhat clumsy.
All right. Well, stay right there. We're going to take a break. Don't move. You'll be all right. We'll be right back. That's Anne Hathaway and Les Mis.
Every time I see that clip, I want to apologize to Hugh.
Why?
Because I spit on him a lot that day.
Yeah. How many takes did you do of that spit take?
Well, actually, we shot that over 2 days.
Oh, wow.
And probably upwards of 50.
Wow.
Yeah. 50 is such a glamorous job.
Yeah. Well, it's probably the least glamorous role that all of you did in that, because really all the conditions, the director wanted it to be grimy and freezing cold and
yes,
right?
Yes. Well, you know, when you hear that you're going to shoot on a location, you're like, oh, it's going to be freezing some days, and then just gotta tough it out. You hear you're working on a set, you're like, oh, this is wonderful. You know, it'll be more. The conditions will be under greater control. But in this case, our director is slightly sadistic, and so we were in freezing mud, and there was all sorts of snow that was terrible, and he, for some reason, for the dock scenes, wanted us to have real dead fish for days and days and days on end. And of course, this was the first role that I've ever done since going vegan, and so there I am wearing period-looking pleather shoes, stepping over real dead fish, and it was I was having a crisis of conscience.
Oh,
it was
man.
A problem. It was a moment.
Well, that smell, if you're vegan or not, that's not a good smell to have, like, that's horrible.
Russell came in, because we had to do a photo shoot on the weekend, and he just reacted to the air, and he said, "What is this fetid air?"
That's hilarious. This role, when you see Anne, well, everybody really in it, you're singing live. You're not singing to track. You're singing live, and and your hair, you had lost a ton of weight for this, right? So you must have been weak.
Yeah. Well, I lost weight during it. So I had started off by losing 10 pounds just to kind of, because life hadn't been that easy on her, so I just wanted to have a certain sunken look. And then I had to lose 15 pounds on top of that in 14 days. So.
And then kind of chop up your hair.
Yeah.
And
thank you. You're all very nice people.
Yeah.
So sympathetic. And then chop it off. But it was so worth it. This is such a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And we all felt it on set every day that whatever the conditions were, however many dead fish there were, it was always worth it.
Well, your voice, you have a beautiful voice. You're very talented. You sing well. Your acting is amazing. Congratulations on all of it and on the nominations. And we will see you at the Oscars, I'm sure. And you're going to do very, very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We
Congratulations. Look at you looking gorgeous on the cover of Bazaar magazine. That is a beautiful. First of all, I haven't seen you since you won your Oscar. You're an Oscar winner. You won an Academy Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I feel like I saw you, but I haven't. And then I saw you when I hosted last year, and you were presenting, but I don't think we really saw each other.
No, well, I saw you. And congratulations on breaking the internet. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and I saw you walk out, and that's much more relaxing to present, right?
It's a lot easier, and there's not really the expectation, and also I presented first.
I know, but don't you think that in a way, first is great because then it's over with, but then it's also your first.
Well, you were first.
Well, yes, that's true.
You were first, and you did great. So I walked out into a very, very warm room.
Yeah, they were in a good mood.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
That was so nice of you. I know it was just for me.
I'll open for you anytime, anytime. And you gave the award to Jared Leto, and how great is he?
Yes. Beautiful performance, too. Really deserved.
Yeah, and a great guy. And then at the parties, I understand he photobombed you everywhere you were.
He did. Yes, both sides.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I started on the left. I didn't know what was going on. The photographers were freaking out, and I somewhat arrogantly thought, way to go, Hathaway.
What a great shot to have both of you in it like that.
It was. Hey, speaking of the Oscars, I have a little bone to pick with you.
I heard that. What's happening?
Well, I was on the show a few years ago, and you had asked me after I hosted if I would ever do it again, and I said that I would do it again if you would do it with me. And you said, and I think I'm quoting you directly here, that you would never do it again?
Right.
Right. So that's...
I did say that.
That's the first part. So the second part is not a minute later, I asked you about if there was going to be a Finding Nemo 2, and you said you didn't ever think that that was going to happen.
Right.
So my question is, why are you such a liar?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. The first answer for the first one, I really didn't think I would ever host again. And then, so I should never say never. I know you hear people say that, but I really didn't think I would ever host again. And then the Finding, it had been 10 years, and I had kept waiting for a sequel, and then finally, and now it's not, it's Finding Dory. So that's what it is. So it's
I'm really excited.
It's my favorite. I'm excited too.
Did I ever tell you about when I watched that movie with my mom, and we started watching the movie on opposite sides of the couch, and by the end we were just holding each other in the middle, crying.
Oh, that's
such a special movie.
It is
Thank
a
you
special.
so much.
It's a sweet movie, and this particular, the Finding Dory is really sweet, and Diane Keaton's in it, and Eugene Levy, and
okay, this is going to be really
it's really good.
Okay, good.
She's there with my parents, so it's really good.
I'm searching your parents.
I'm searching for my parents.
Get ready, Mom. We're going to cry
I know
again.
it's really. It's a beautiful.
You're searching for your parents.
Yeah, it's really good. It's emotional.
I'm sorry. I'm really excited.
I know.
For this.
I'm excited too. Do you have a tattoo on your wrist?
I do have a tattoo on my wrist,
of what? What is that?
Well, it depends on which
if
way.
If it's a W or an M?
It's both, and it's a lot of other things. My husband and I got it right after we recovered from swine flu. Because that's what you do, right?
That you celebrate by getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has the same thing on his, matching?
The same thing. His is on this wrist, and they fit, and then they fit together to form. Because the idea behind this is so cheesy. Excuse me, but I love it. I have mixed. I don't know. I'm so nervous.
No, tell me.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I've been coming on the show for years, and I really have to confess this. I love you so much. I get really nervous around you. Now that I've said it out loud, and they know, I feel like I can just take a deep breath, and everything's gonna be fine.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Okay.
I'm so glad you said that.
Okay, I have been sitting on that one for like 8 years. Okay, I get
Let
so...
me, if I sit on your lap, would you?
This is so much better. Thank you so much.
Talk to me.
I feel a lot more comfortable this way.
Okay.
So we got swine flu and we got tattoos. Yeah. and they fit together. No, don't go.
No, I have to go.
No.
Too heavy to sit on your lap.
But that's not true. So, okay, so the idea is that they fit together and they form the same, but individually we're already whole, but then together we're something else that's even better.
That's beautiful. That's so sweet. Now, you got married how long ago? Right after the Oscars,
Yeah,
right?
like 2 years ago, 2 years and 2 months ago.
So this, you talk about, I really loved the article, and you talk in here about, for whatever reason, and it's a small group, trust me, it's a small group, but they're loud, because I went through this, and voices that don't like you and say mean things really stick with you, for some reason more than voices that say, you're great. So when that was going on after the Oscars, which you should have been celebrating, you won an Oscar, and then all of a sudden, explain to how, because you accidentally Googled something, and then this is what you found.
Yeah, and thank you for all the kind things you said in the asking of that question. Yeah, I'd gotten out of the habit of Googling myself because that's just a bad idea to ever do that. And I was trying to come up with my friends and I had an idea for Funny or Die, and we wanted to like do something on celebrity pregnancy rumors. So we just Googled pregnancy rumors, and then the story came up. And
What was the story?
the story, the title of it was "Why Does Everybody Hate Anne Hathaway?"
So I think, and you know,
Okay,
I know.
it's really okay.
No.
It has a happy ending.
I know.
Life continues.
Yes, but I know what that feels like. And I think when people write things like that or say things like that, it is cyberbullying. And so how did you deal with all that?
Well, I listened at first, and that I couldn't help it. You know, and you try to shut it off, and I couldn't. And then I realized why I couldn't was I hadn't learned to love myself yet. I hadn't gotten there. And if you don't love yourself, when someone else says horrible things to you, a part of you is always going to believe them.
Yep.
And so then it was like, okay, I don't want to believe these people. I don't want to agree with them on any level. I want to, and I want to figure out who I am. I want to learn who I am, and I don't want to feel like I'm fragile every time I leave the house because I'm so dependent on what other people think about me. So I just took a step back, and as Matthew would say, Matthew McConaughey, my co-star in Interstar, would say, I just kept living. And it's been a really cool journey. And I feel like I've arrived in a place where, you know, maybe not every minute of every day, but way more than I used to. I have a tremendous amount of love and compassion for everyone else. And best of all, I have it for myself, which I never enjoyed before.
Good. Good. All right. You know, there's a great phrase that what you think of me is none of my business.
That is so, yes.
And you have to just, you know, and there's nothing wrong with being fragile. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think I'm fragile. I'm extremely sensitive. I cry easily. I'm also a very strong woman, and I also believe in myself. But, you know, people get their feelings hurt. But you can have all those things. You can be fragile. You can be sensitive. You can be strong. And, but I think it's just, it's hurtful. And people need to know there are other people on the other side of those things. All right, we'll take a break. We have a rematch. We're going to play a game after this. We'll be back. That's Anne Hathaway in Interstellar. So this movie, I'm dying to see it because everyone is talking about this movie. And and you're wearing heavy. How heavy was that suit you were wearing?
I think it was about 40 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to carry around.
It was a lot to carry around, and Christopher Nolan, the director of the movie, directed Batman, and you know I had to get into catsuit shape for that.
Yeah.
And I remember on the first day of filming, Chris turned to me and says, "You know, well, at least you don't have to work out so hard for this one." And I just looked at him. I said, "Dude, I have to hit the gym like 6 times a week just to stand up in this thing. Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, to hold that thing up. And you shot in Iceland, right?
We did. Yes.
Wow. What was that? How long were you there?
We were in Iceland for a few weeks.
Oh, that's
it was
all.
It's so beautiful.
And they shot there so that it looked like another planet, looked like nobody had ever been there.
Yeah, it actually. Well, it's so hard to talk
what
about
are you
this
going to give
movie.
away?
Well, I don't know. Maybe nothing. Maybe something. Maybe too much. But It is, okay, I'm just gonna say it. It comes out tomorrow. So it's 2 planets. We got 2 planets out of Iceland.
Oh,
that's how
you go to 2 different planets. Because you're looking, the whole premise of the film is we have ruined planet Earth and you're looking for another planet for people to go to.
Well, the film doesn't have a strong statement about whether we've ruined planet Earth or whether planet Earth, or whether or not it's just happened. The point is humanity is really up against the wall.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait. It's going to be really good. All right, so Anne, one of her demands when she came here is a rematch because she failed miserably at a game that we played last time. It's called Last Word, where you go back and forth on a subject, and the person has to get the last word in. And it's 30 seconds. And
can I mention something about the last time I was on? I failed so miserably last time.
The subject was birds.
Birds, because we were talking about Rio, that the president of the Audubon Society reached out to me to mention, and he's like, so you were on Ellen and didn't do that hot. Here's a book on all the birds in the world so you can study it. Which I didn't do, so please just say that you've changed the topic.
I won't. How about animals? That's
okay, that seems fair.
All right, so we have 30 seconds on the clock. Do you want to go first?
I'd like you to go first, please.
Elephant.
Elk.
Dog.
Goat.
Meerkat.
Chicken.
Hamster.
Mouse.
Duck.
Oh, I was swan.
Aardvark.
Fox.
Anteater.
Lion.
Bear.
You said a meerkat. I think we can just safely say that I'm terrible at this.
Right. You'll get better. It's a fun game. Interstellar opens in theaters tomorrow. We'll be right back. Anne Hathaway. Well, congratulations. She's a brand new mommy. Brand new. Like the baby is how old?
8 weeks.
8 weeks old. Today?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to the little baby. Yeah. He, she?
He, Jonathan.
And he's backstage?
He's backstage.
Oh, I wish I would have seen him before I walked out here. I would like to have said hello to him.
He told me he wants to meet you too, so maybe we can set up a date.
We should set up a date. Johnny
nice.
Or Jonathan?
Both, actually. I call him Johnny, but other people like Jonathan.
That's a cute name, Johnny, for a little kid. And he is, so are you, how often are you out of the house? This is a big deal that you're out of the house 8 weeks, right?
Yes. You should have seen me arrive. I'm like in my sweats, my hair's out to here, I've got the kid under one arm, and then I'm like, there's a dress, right? There's a dress, there's grooming, thank goodness. This is a big deal. I've been out of the house a couple times. I've been to the gym. I went to the gym 3 times.
You went to the gym?
3 times. Being a mom has changed me in a couple ways. One of them is I actually, not based on this moment, but other moments, feel a lot more confident. So like when I walk into the gym, normally, you walk into the gym and you see, and I work out in West Hollywood, so you see like Thor's trainer. Like, it's like the people who have too many muscles to be in the Avengers, that's who works out at my gym. And so I see them and I would normally walk in and feel so intimidated. But I walk in and I'm like, yeah, I work out with 5-pound weights, but I pushed a baby out my body. I feel good right now. So I don't care what I look like. I feel great. I'm working, and I'm on this machine, whatever that does.
Right.
And I see this guy who does actually look like Thor's trainer staring at me, and I'm like, oh God, am I doing something wrong? And in the past, I just would have slunk off my machine, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna ask him. I'm like, hey, is everything cool? Like, did you want to work in? And he goes, oh God, no, I'm just in my own world. Like, no. And I was like, okay, cool, because you're like staring at me really hard. And he was just like, no, don't worry about it. So I go back and I get off the machine, and then he comes up to me. He's like, so, you've been working out at this gym for a long time? And I was like, oh my God, he's hitting on me. Nice new mom. I'm feeling really good about myself. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I've been coming here for a little bit. He's like, cool, I'm a trainer here. And I was just wondering if you wanted some pointers. And I was like, oh no, he's not hitting on you. He just wants a job. So then we start talking. And I decide that I'm gonna let it drop that, I'm a new mom. And so I'm like, well, I have worked out here for a long time, but I've been gone because I just had a baby 7 weeks ago. And I'm expecting him to say the thing that you say when someone says that you've had a baby, which is, oh my God, you look great. It doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter if somebody says like, oh, I had a baby 13 years ago, you're like, you look great.
Yeah.
That is what you do. That is the etiquette. So I say to this guy like, I've had a baby 7 weeks ago. And he goes, oh, Trying to lose the baby weight.
Wow.
So I just, you know, muster up my dignity and I say, no, Brandon, which is not his name, but I'm protecting him. I shouldn't, but I am. So I say, no, Brandon, it's a little bit too soon to worry about weight. I'm just trying to regain my strength. And he said, great, and he walked away and I cried a little bit.
No. So you have a brand new baby, and I know that you have 2 dogs.
Yes.
And so how are the dogs with the baby? Because that's a tough transition sometimes.
They're better. They're better. Initially, it was a little rocky coming home. We got told that if you, so when you have the baby, they wear a hat, and they release all these love hormones from their head. So we were told if you give the hat to the dogs, that the dogs will sniff it and fall in love with your baby. So this is apparently a thing. So we send the hat home ahead of us, and we come in, and you know, I see the hat lying there, and when I walk through the door and I pick it up, I'm like, Kenobi, come here, come here. And I have him sniff the hat, and he sniffs the hat, and I think we're gonna have this amazing moment. And he grabs it from me, goes to his bed, and starts trying to break its neck. So, you know, like a little woodland creature.
Yeah.
The hat thing did not work.
No.
But they're doing better now.
Better now.
I could tell they were feeling a little neglected, so one day I called them over and I decided to give them jobs. So I was like, Esme, you are the defender of the house. Anybody comes near the door, you bark your head off. And Kenobi, I'm like, your job is when Johnny's bigger, you're gonna be his best friend. And they have taken their job so seriously.
Well, that's just adorable, is what that is.
Yeah, he's a good one. The only trouble is that when Esme was a little puppy, she was 12 pounds, and I used to hold her like a baby. And Kenobi's only 15 pounds, so I hold him like a baby. And now I have a baby, and they're both like, good! And they jump on me so I can be feeding him, and Esme comes over and sits in my lap. And she weighs 65 pounds now, so it's not quite the same thing.
I need to know what kind of fertilizer you use on your lawn, because that is the prettiest lawn I've ever seen. I've never seen a better lawn than that. We have to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the movie, and then I may challenge you in another game. We'll be right back. That's Anne Hathaway and Through the Looking Glass. So this is the sequel, right?
Yes.
And so what is this one about?
This one is, well, in the first film, you meet all the characters, and in this one, you actually get to find out basically why we all hate each other. So there's a lot of time travel involved, and Sacha Baron Cohen's in it, and he plays time, and he's so good.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. It's beautiful visually, too. Really great. Okay, so it's called Last Word, and you have 45 seconds on the clock. This time, we're going to do human names. So you can't go wrong. You're not going to run out of things. It just depends on who gets the last word in.
Thank you so much for your pity.
Would you like to go first? Would you like me to go first?
It's your show. You go first, please.
Okay, so we'll have 45 seconds on the clock. And Stuart.
Jonathan.
Janet.
Adam.
Mary.
Addison.
Susan.
Natalie.
Sally.
Noah.
Betty.
James.
Elliot.
Frank.
Vance.
Susan.
Anne.
Kate.
Abby.
Gerald.
Allison.
Michael.
Lauren.
Thomas.
Linda.
Lawrence.
Stan.
Jennifer.
Johnny. Damn it, I lost.
Robert.
I lost. Because I repeated it.
That's the way it works?
You won.
Oh my God! You won. But you said you were going to lose on purpose.
No. No. I didn't lose on purpose.
Thank you for giving me a game that a toddler could win.
That's what... It's a fun game, though. See, I just was so focused on my next name that I didn't listen to you say Johnny. Alice Through the Looking Glass opens in theaters and IMAX this Friday. We'll be right back. Anne Hathaway, everybody.
Look at that.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I felt bad because everyone deserves it, and I felt bad picking it and choosing, but don't you think they deserve it?
Oh, yeah.
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 Very, very compelling, stressful reasons.
I mean, being parents, you both understand. Last time you were here, your son was just born, and now he's one?
Yeah, he just turned 1.
Aw, that's cute. Did you have a birthday party? It's not really worth the energy for a 1-year-old, is it?
Oh, I completely agree, and yes, we had a birthday.
Yeah. What did you do?
We tried to keep it, like, pretty low-key, and we kept the theme just rainbows, which is a fun theme because it's hard to go wrong with it. But I made the mistake. I went on Pinterest and looked at other people's 1-year-old parties. It's not fair what some people do.
No.
It's really, party planners have children, which is definitely not fair. Think about it.
Yeah,
Party planners.
They blow it out.
Yeah.
Party's it's like a commercial for 'em.
I guess so.
It's like, look what I can do for your kid.
That's right. And it's a write-off. It's a
write-off.
Yeah.
See, business.
that's
Show
right.
business woman right there. Gets it.
Right to it.
Keeps receipts, wallet this thick.
Yeah. Coupons, I use them all.
That's how you
So did you were pregnant when you were shooting this movie, right?
I was, yeah.
And did you have any advice on when the child was going to be born? Did you warn her of anything?
Well, no, there's nothing. I mean, it's super easy for women to just push a baby out of their body. Seems like, you know, as long as the guys keep those ice chips coming, you know, right? 'Cause that's what makes it feel okay.
You're so lucky I don't remember anything from making the movie because I was pregnant.
Oh, yeah. No, baby brain. Baby brain causes, you know, good advice to go in one ear and out maybe the little guy's others. I don't know where it goes.
But baby brain, how do you memorize lines for a movie if that would be really hard.
I'm really lucky. I said yes to the movie before I was pregnant, and I memorized my lines early. But no, there were some days it was hard.
Yeah.
It was.
I bet. I bet. And you have now you have a second child you've added to the mix.
The brood, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a little girl, Daisy.
Oh.
She's 6 months old. Coming up on the next couple days here.
Cute.
Oh, there she is, yeah.
There she is.
That's it.
So she's 6 months old, and Otis is how old?
She made that outfit.
She did?
Yep.
Very talented
Oh,
children.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
So what's the difference between Daisy and Otis? I mean, it's obviously there's a size difference in age.
Gender-wise, at that age, I mean, the biggest thing is the attention paid towards the direction of the wiping. Other than that, you know, it's pretty similar, but you gotta pay more attention. You gotta go, you know, with the groove, as it were. Now, I'm trying to say this as
No, you can say it.
politely as possible.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That was something that was very, you know, that I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not going to ask a question.
No, go ahead.
Had you not thought about it ever?
I mean, no. No, you never really think about it. I mean, not as hard as I am right when I'm actually doing it.
Not as hard as
Like
we all are right now.
Yeah, that's true. It's the power of words. Right?
But I would think, well, I thought you were going to say, but then you went with wipe. Just the fact that Otis, when there can be something coming at you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
but that my you know, lateral quickness I'm okay with.
I see.
It's like, you know, that I felt okay about. I never got peed on yet. I mean, he's still.
You haven't?
Not yet.
Oh,
not
I have.
yet.
Wow, impressive. I would wear one of those like welding masks. I would have that on in case it ever happened, so I wouldn't have to dodge and weave.
They do have PPTPs.
What is that?
The PP, it's
You
pretty.
put it on the PP?
Yes.
The TP goes on the PP?
The TP goes in the PP, so that way when the PP happens, the TP absorbs it. I don't have
I
one,
thought the TP would put the PP back on the baby. I thought it went that way and then came back down like, I got you.
What better way to learn? So it looks like a little party hat.
On the PP.
On the PP. Why don't they have those for adults?
Yeah. Good question.
It's like, you know.
Who wouldn't want a party hat for their PP?
What would you do if somebody was like, happy birthday,
Right.
here's a PP-TP?
I'd be like, excuse me one second, let me see how this thing fits.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Leave me some cake.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, I'm going to stay on this for a minute.
No, please, yeah, it's your show.
But you say teepee. I would think like the little hat that Daisy was wearing, like a little knit hat, when you say it would absorb, that would be, but a teepee, I figure it's a triangular thing.
Yeah, it's like a cone.
So it's a cone? How does it stay on?
Well, it rests.
Oh, so they just wear it when they don't have their diapers on.
Yeah, what did you think?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but Andy's telling me to move on, which is, I'm surprised because it's your favorite topic when you talk about peepees and things like that.
We'll probably all get free ones of these, right? You'll get a whole
Why do you think
basket
I
of them.
mentioned it?
I assume we will get free PP-TPs, yes.
Yeah.
I assume so.
If
and
they really exist.
Get it, if they do, in fact, exist. So Otis, the last time he was here, he wasn't here, but...
in spirit.
He's, I'm always he's always with me. He has great taste in music, doesn't he?
He actually really does.
How old is he?
He's going to be 3, coming up in a couple weeks here.
Yeah.
And he was really into Beyonce at that point.
Right.
You guys were kind enough to give us a whole Beyonce setup for his 2nd birthday.
Did he like it?
He loved it. He loved it. She now resides, it was her and then her 2 backup dancers who had their faces cut out so that the kids could put their faces in there and then get their pictures taken. I mean, it's very, there it is, very well thought out. Yeah, for example, those two children right there.
Okay.
And now she's up in the attic, so when you go up into the attic and you turn around, you're kind of, and you're not scared, she just, even in 2 dimensions, takes your breath away. You know what I mean?
That's,
So thank you for that.
Sure
but now he's into New Edition. Because BET had the New Edition, you know, autobiography story or true story, and he loves watching the little boys do Candy Girl. And he'll just sit and watch. He'll just sit and watch, and then he won't do the dance moves. He'll just watch and ask to repeat it. And I go, do you want to try doing that dance move? And he'll literally just go, soon. Soon. Like, just, all right, man. All right, just let me know when.
That's adorable.
It's pretty adorable, and also, like, he might be a jerk.
No.
When he gets old, soon. I'm his father.
I know.
Soon. Like, hurry up, I gotta go.
What, we have a PPTP?
Oh, we got one.
That fast?
Hey, look at
there. It is.
That's what they look like.
Oh,
that's
that
what
way.
it
I
is.
thought a physical one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Is that what you imagined?
Well, I have a lot of questions. Whole lot of questions.
Little airplanes on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they dream.
Oh.
So, that. Anyway.
Seems like you could use that, like, upside down, too. Like.
Huh?
No, you're probably right. It probably works best the way they've designed it. You know, just one of those things. You know, us artists, we think outside the box.
We do. Just constantly juggling.
You can't come on, put the TP sideways. I'm like, what else could you do with that? Yeah, it's nice.
All right. We're going to take a break.
Why?
I know. This is maybe my favorite segment ever. We'll be back. We're back. Jason Sudeikis, Anne Hathaway. The movie is called Colossal. So if you can explain what the movie is about, try.
Yeah, it is a tricky one. I had a real hard time doing it for, before starting, when people ask you, hey, what are you up to? What are you doing? I would ramble on for 5 minutes, and I'd usually button it with, like, oh, and Anne Hathaway's in it. And they go, oh, okay, you're not crazy. But then when I eventually asked the writer-director, this fella, Nacho Vigalondo, that's his name, Nacho, he's from Spain, and he would always say, oh, yes, I would just tell people that this is a movie about a woman who goes home, and every time she drinks, a monster attacks Seoul.
Well, that's the simple version.
So it's a very simple, so yeah, and then they usually back off at that point. They're like, oh, okay, man, all right.
Yeah.
But Anne Hathaway's the monster, and they're, oh,
yeah.
all right. So it's a real movie.
She's perfect for that part.
Yeah. So it's a role that you've been wanting to play.
Oh, yes. I've been waiting to unleash my inner monster.
Yes.
I was really excited when I got it. I'd just seen a movie called A Field in England by Ben Wheatley, and that one's about 15th century British soldiers who take magic mushrooms with the devil in a field in England. And I saw it, and I did think, oh, I want
to play something like that.
Yeah, I want that. It was just nice to see an experimental film that succeeded on so many levels and just felt creative for the sake of being creative. And I just asked my representatives, can you send me something like that? And this one came back with a note that said, this is weird. Good weird?
Yeah, and it was. Hey, by the way, I should have asked you, I was just going to ask you, because your character drinks, your parents, would you like a drink right now? And if you would like, we always keep shots of tequila ready at the waiting.
Speak my language, I'll
yeah?
be happy.
Shots of tequila?
Thank you very much.
Shots of tequila for the folks.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Uh-oh, looks like there's 3.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all right.
There you go. Thank you. And you keep the bottle.
Yes. I'm not a parent. I don't know if I qualify
That's all
for
right.
this.
You know, you're all our parents while we're on the show. Yeah.
That feels better.
Nice. Now tell me about the movie.
Okay, so
no.
listen to this.
So,
I just have to say, that was a little bit bucket list for me. That was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, to do a shot on the show?
With you. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Aw.
Good stuff.
You want another one?
Yes, I do, but I'm not. No.
Oh, this is very nice.
It is. Thank you.
Steady pour.
Thank you very
Steady
much.
pour, too.
Ellen,
That's 'cause he hasn't had a
have your
drink yet
thimble
today.
full.
Here we
All
go.
right. Another bucket list.
Cheers, bird.
All right. Nice. All right, so.
Uh-oh.
Hey. How are you?
What have we
This is
got
such a
here?
good book. It's such a good book.
Oh, thank you.
What we got here? You own all these places?
Not anymore. I did.
Did you get cash?
Yeah.
All right.
In briefcases. That's
Okay,
what
good. They
did.
weren't taken away from
Yeah.
you. They weren't foreclosed.
All right.
All right, good. I asked the tough questions, man. All right.
You want another shot?
No,
Okay.
probably
All
not.
right. We're gonna take a break, and then now we're gonna play a game after this. How about that? All right. All right, we're back with Anne Hathaway, Jason Sudeikis, and Twitch, and we are going to play Gestures. And you and Twitch are going to be a team. Jason and I are going to be a team.
Yeah.
One of us will act out a word, and before the card will drop, the card drops very, very fast. And you'll start with this one here, Anne, and then you have to get it and grab the card and pull it out before you move on to the next one, or else you don't get the point.
All right.
Whoever gets the most wins, and we're winners. Okay. And you're going to stand here. You want to take your shoes off if you...
I think I do, yeah.
You should put them over there.
Okay, thank you.
And then Twitch, you're on no, you're going to... Right?
Twitch is seated.
No, he's seated. You're right.
Okay, yeah.
And he needs a mic, doesn't he?
Nope, he's mic'd.
Oh, he's mic'd.
Oh.
That's right. We're all mic'd. We're on a television show.
Are the cameras on? Cameras on?
All right. It's a freaking TV show. Look at this thing. What season is this?
Well, I thought it was 12, but it's 14 apparently. All right.
Okay.
So again, it's the first card, and then get it before it drops, and don't try to guess. They're against
No,
us.
never.
Or just guess a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
I can guess the wrong thing, right?
You can't talk. You have to act it out.
All right.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, boy, look at that.
Air balloon, blowing balloon animals, making balloon animals. Throw a football. Football. Quarterback.
Damn it. Okay.
ATM. Waiter. Waitress. Yeah.
Thank you. Woo. Did that.
You did that. Your acting skills is incredible.
Thank you. I'm feeling so good right now.
Phenomenal.
Thank you, Jason.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Good ones. Good job, everybody.
You did that. He's going to sue this technique.
Oh.
All right.
You're gonna slip. See if you're gonna be slippy.
I'm fine, Mom. You don't have insurance? You'll be fine. Here we go.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Gunslinger, cowboy. Tightrope walker, walk a straight line. I don't know. Pizza pie, you make a pizza. You're gonna rob a bank. You've got a mask on, you're gonna rob it. Pantyhose. Plaza Locals and Theaters everywhere tomorrow. We'll be right back. That's very beautiful.
Thank you very much.
I love that. You know, we used to see each other at the gym back when I used to work out. Do you still go there?
I don't go there anymore. No, I was going there. The last time I saw you, I left LA on that day, so I haven't been back. So
Oh.
that was when it was so nice. You gave me a bag full of sneakers.
I gave you my shoes. Yes.
Your shoes. They weren't used.
No, they were new.
Thank you so much for that. But this sounds like such a line, but I've been meaning to write you a thank you note. But I haven't. I want to give you something very specific, and I can't find it anywhere.
I see.
So I know that sounds like an excuse, but
Kind of, yes.
So, but it's this book that somebody gave my son, and it's amazing. And I went home that day, and I was like, "This is fabulous! I'm going to give this book to Ellen." I can't find it anywhere. So, if you live in Tasmania, and you know someone called Jennifer Skelly, she's an illustrator and an author, and she wrote a book called A Compendium of Collective Nouns. Tell her that Anne Hathaway is looking for a copy for Ellen, E-L-L-E-N, DeGeneres.
Ellen's last name spelled there. So.
All right. That's what you're looking for?
I'm looking for this amazing book for you, and it's beautiful.
It's a children's book?
Yes, and I would give you my son's copy, except I won't.
Okay, all right. It must be a really good book that you're giving me a children's book.
I know how.
Or you don't think much of my reading skills.
It's so beautiful. So I didn't realize this, but when you have groups of animals, they have special names. Like a group of flamingos together are called a flamboyance of flamingos.
Yeah, I love things like that.
And this woman has this, I know,
yes.
I had a feeling.
Yes.
So this woman illustrated.
Like a murder of crow?
A murder of
Why?
crows.
Yes.
Well, now they're all gone.
A
mob of meerkats.
A what?
A mob of meerkats.
Yes. I was trying to think of another like weird one, but yes, a flamboyance of flamingos.
A flamboyance of flamingos.
That's
and
hilarious.
This woman is such a talented illustrator, and I just thought you'd love it. And
yes, I will.
Given it to you. Sorry.
Thank you. So please send it to ELLEN. So last time you were here, you were with Jason, right? And you were doing shots, right? You were doing tequila shots.
Yeah.
Now today you're not going to do tequila shots. I brought some just in case you wanted some because you said it was on your bucket list to do shots with me.
Yes, it was. It
right.
was.
So I did that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So what else is on your bucket list?
Oh,
with me.
With you. Let's jump out of an airplane. But in 30 years, because I can't do it now because I have a kid.
No, I used to want to do that, but I can't even imagine doing it now. But when I was younger, I thought for sure I would one day jump out of an airplane.
It seems like the thing that you want to do, right? Just to have that.
Just to have done it.
Yeah. I should have done it before I had a kid. Now it just feels like it would. You know, if it went bad, well, I wouldn't feel bad. I wouldn't be here. But
right,
like,
right.
I wouldn't want him to feel bad. So I want to do that. And I don't know how to scuba dive. Like I've never gone like deep scuba diving.
I want to do that too. I'll do that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that. I do have a kind of irrational fear about the scuba diving, though.
Yeah. Because you're so far under and you can't breathe?
No, that's a completely rational fear. Mine is that the fish are going to decide, like, well, you've eaten enough of us.
Oh, wow. Just regular fish without teeth will go at you?
Like something will happen. We'll have released something in the water and they'll just turn.
Yeah.
And they want revenge.
They would need.
They're coming for me.
Yeah, I understand. That is irrational. It's very irrational.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any teeth or anything, the kind that, you know, that people eat.
That's why it would be so painful.
Right.
They just gum you.
Gum you to death. That tickles. That tickles.
Stop. No, wait.
All right, let's talk about Ocean's 8.
Okay.
There's a great group of women in this movie. Did you know any of them before?
Yeah, I'd met a couple of them before, but it wasn't like, I wasn't close with anybody. Now we're all close.
Yeah, and who are you closest with?
Now?
Yeah.
All of them. Well, we really are. It just was this huge love fest, which was great because there's that terrible rumor out there that women can't get along. And man, did we just murder that rumor. We just loved each other so much. And it was so special, you know, like the movie was always going to be significant because of what it is and who's in it. But it was really significant for me because it was my first movie after having my son. And, you know, I'm not somebody, one of the lucky things about being in this business for so long is that I've really kind of come to terms with the pressure that you get to look a certain way as an actress. And I don't beat myself up about any of that stuff anymore. But after I had my son, the weight was really slow to come off. And so I was a different size than I normally am. And the director told me, like, that's great. We have 8 women in this movie. We need to have as many body types up there as we can, which I was really relieved to hear. But I walked onto set and, like, you know, my weight's a little up and I'm just aware of it. And I walk onto set and, like, I'm in my jeans and I've done my best and I'm gonna love myself no matter what. And Sandy Bullock just looks up and goes, "Looking good, Mama." I was like, "Oh, that made me feel amazing." And then Cate Blanchett's like, "Nice jeans, Hathaway." I was like, "This is so great." And then Rihanna looks up and goes, "Damn, girl, you got an ass." And I, of course, was freaked out and loved it so much. And I was like, "Really?" And she goes, "You got an ass like me." And I can honestly say I've never had that experience on a film set before.
Wow. That's fantastic.
They were just so beautiful, and to be surrounded by that much love and understanding, it was just great.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. And I really can't wait to see the film because it looks really, really good. All right, we're going to take a break, and we come back. We're going to play, it's my favorite new game. It's, well, you know what we're playing, right?
Password?
Yep.
Okay, I've never played it.
It's really good. It's very hard. That's why I like it so much.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back. We're back with Academy Award winner Anne Hathaway. We're going to play a game, and we're going to call it Ocean's 1. All right.
Killing it.
All right.
Killing it.
Have a seat. All right. It's password, but we're going to give each other clues. You can only use one word to get to get the other person to guess what it is. I will start with my word, and
I'm so bad at this.
all right.
Shut up, get some confidence. Grow up.
Gambling.
Casino.
Yes.
Ah. That's why confidence is important. Okay. I go now?
Yep.
Tequila.
Alcohol.
Frozen tequila.
That's 2 words. Margarita.
Yes.
All right. Award.
Oscar.
Thing.
Academy. Statue.
Bowling.
Pin. No. Alley.
Oh
No.
my God. Put those other words together.
Bowling. Okay. No. Okay. Award thing. Bowling. Does anyone else know? Am I just really slow? Huh?
Thank you.
Trophy.
Trophy.
Thank you. We would have been here for 3 years.
All
I
right.
was not even close.
All right.
Okay. Shoes.
Feet.
Nike.
Tennis shoes. Sneakers. All right.
Let's make this one as painful as possible.
All right. All right. Wedding.
Cake.
Women.
Cake. Dress. Are you tapping that out of nervousness, or are you Morse coding me the answer?
I'm Morse coding you the answer.
Wedding. Women.
My God. All right. So usually he's usually can hear, and there was going to be a signal where I was going to do something, but we just found out he can't hear us, so I just kept. All right, yeah, you're welcome. We have a replay, okay? Let's see it.
Let's watch it in slow mo.
While I'm kicking.
Wedding. Women.
My God. Had I not been kicking, you would have been more scared. Ocean's 8 is in theaters everywhere on June 8th. We'll be right back. Anne Hathaway. Hello, fabulous.
Well, there was a little leftover material from your couch, so I just
see.
used it to make my pants.
Oh, and those are fabulous earrings. They're
kind of fun,
I was going to
right?
say fantastic, then fabulous, so they're fantabulous.
They're fabulous.
Yes, they really
I love
are.
fabulous.
Who makes those fabulous?
The man that made them.
I see.
I don't know.
So,
I think they look like double helixes, but my publicist thinks that they look like antennas.
well, if you change them that way, yes. We have not seen you here since we scared you. It was a scare, but it went wrong because the person in the box couldn't hear me, so I had to keep kicking the box. We were playing a game, and I kept kicking. Like,
I just think it felt different for you because it was a successful scare. I
Really?
almost
Were you
peed
scared?
myself. Yeah.
All right. Well, if we can get you to almost pee, that's a success. Yes.
Isn't that the metric of this show?
I think it
we
is.
invite you on, we get you to almost pee.
Yeah.
We talk about your movie, it's fun.
Right. Because you don't do that anywhere else.
Not with the peeing.
So that's what I mean.
I don't pee with anyone else like I.
Thank you. Thank you.
It goes deep, Ellen.
That's no one's ever said anything like that. So you're here on. It's good. Although we're not going to scare you, so maybe you just have a problem. I don't know.
You know what? I'm ready for anything.
All right, yes you are. Yes you are. It's better on the inside, but anyway. So you're here on a day that Fred Savage is here, and you're a big fan of his, right?
Yes, I was such a Wonder Years fan. I'm so excited to be here.
Have you met him before?
No. Well, actually, yes. No, I met him briefly backstage at this reading of film thing that we did.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy. He's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember
oh
him?
Gosh. Do you guys remember the Wonder Years? So it was such a huge show in my house growing up.
Yeah.
And do you remember when Winnie left? And like, I was just so sad. And then we were watching the season finale, and we thought that like it had ended. Kevin was at a dance. My mom went to do the dishes, and it was just me and my brother. And then Winnie Cooper came back, and I remember my brother like rocketing up from the couch, going, "Winnie's back! Winnie's back!" And to this day, I have no idea what possessed me to go. I said, "Yeah," and she's better than ever.
How old were you?
I was probably about 8 or 9.
Wow. Well, was she better than ever?
Oh, Winnie was better than
Yes,
ever. Yeah, she'd
ever.
grown. Her hair was amazing.
Yeah,
And she
wow.
came in just like, and you could tell she was looking for Kevin, but she wasn't looking for Kevin. She was cool.
Wow, you remember all of them.
It was an important episode.
Yeah, sure. And your son now is how old? 3?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be 3 in March.
And what is he into? What's a 3-year-old into now?
Oh my gosh, he's into cars, he's into animals, he's into fruit, he's into so many different things, and he loves The Lion King. He just absolutely loves it.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Animals, cars, and fruit.
Yes.
Okay.
Among other things, music too.
Well, this leads me into the question because I have this and everyone else. You've learned something really fascinating. I've heard about this before.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I don't know if they have.
If you could all reach under your seat, you have a clementine under there. Okay. So just start peeling it while I'm talking. So over the holidays, we took a family road trip up coastal California. And we found this amazing, like, former hippie enclave from the 60s. And there's a little secondhand bookstore in there called, hold on. There's a little secondhand bookstore, and I found a book in there by this guy who used to be really big called Dr. Q. And he wrote a book called Citrus Healing. And it was all the ways that you can incorporate citrus into your life to kind of like raise your health, you know, aromatherapy, and you can use the peels for cleaning products. And one of the things was how to incorporate citrus into your meditation practice. And it was called Clementine. It was cute. So if you kind of poke a hole in your clementine, what you're going to do is you're gonna like put it up to your teeth and put your mouth around it, and you're gonna, but don't bite and don't choke.
I thought it was just one section. It's the whole thing?
Oh no, it's the whole thing. So breathe in.
I already put mine.
You're all breathing in.
Wait, I have to put mine back together. I took it apart.
If you took yours apart, don't worry, it still works. You just hold it together.
Okay.
Okay, so breathe in.
All right.
Okay, and then breathe out. Still doing it. Right, regulates your breathing. Now, you do a sort of, it's not quite an ujjayi breath, but in the back of your throat, you go. Can you guys do it? And then you breathe out. Okay, keep doing it, keep doing it.
With that in your mouth, you do that?
Yeah, just kind of like, ooh. Yeah, keep doing it. Breathe out. Do you guys feel a little bit better? Feel good? That's impossible. I made the whole thing up.
What?
I made the whole thing up, Ellen. The takeaway of this is do not put something in your mouth just because a celebrity tells you to. You are free to throw your clementine at me now.
Now I'll eat mine, but we'll be back after this.
Great. Thank you.
We're back with Anne Hathaway. That's Serenity.
Thank you. Guys, I just have to say thank you so much for going with that. It was one of my resolutions in 2019 was to use my fame to prank a whole lot of people at once.
Wow.
So you guys just helped me fulfill one of my resolutions. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, so Serenity is a movie that is hard to explain.
Yes.
So try to explain it.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, it's a sexy, surrealist, modern noir.
Yes.
So if you are into thrillers and you are into, I don't know, morality that's not black and white, and you like to be taken on some kind of surreal adventure, you should check it out.
Yes.
But other than that, it's hard to talk about.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey plays the captain of a fishing boat. He's obsessed with a fish. I come into his life. I ask him to kill my husband, who's a monster and is abusive to me and to my son. And Matthew's obsession changes from whether or not he's going to catch the fish to whether or not he's going to kill the man.
Right. Because, and you think you were watching a movie and then there's a surprise so you don't know what it is. That's what we can't give away, is that something happens, you're like, oh. And it was filmed on a beautiful island. He said it was, where was it?
Mauritius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's, if you go to South Africa and then you go to Madagascar and you keep going, then you hit Mauritius.
Wow, that's a long flight.
It was a long flight. Jonathan did great on it, though.
And how long did you stay on that island?
I was there for about 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
5 weeks, yeah. And it was incredible. Matthew and Camilla had been there for a while, so we arrived, and, you know, I knew Matthew from Interstellar, of course, and so got a call from him, hey, you're in the northern part of the island, we're on the southern part of the, you should come down. And so we did, and Matthew and Camilla took us on an amazing kind of little bar-side tour of all the best rums on the island.
Wow, and how was that?
I don't remember. I have no idea.
Really?
It was, oh man, well, because they're both cool, and I'm not. And I just can't drink as much as them. So anyway, yeah, we drank the night away, and then I had to go to a meeting with Stephen Knight, our director, the next day. And I was just kind of, have you guys ever had to do a meeting hungover? You don't have to admit it. And so I was just kind of like stumbling in one eye open, and I was trying to convince him about certain things about my character. And at the end of it, I said, listen, I've got a confession. I was hungover the entire time. And he just goes, oh, really? I couldn't tell. And then 2 days later, we had another meeting, and I showed up. He said, oh, now I can.
Yeah, the difference between the other meeting. And then you quit drinking after that, right?
I did. I quit drinking back in October.
Like forever?
For 18 years. I'm gonna stop drinking while my son's living in my house, just because I don't totally love the way I do it, and he's getting to an age where he really does need me all the time in the mornings.
Wow.
Yeah. I did one school run one day where I dropped him off at school. I wasn't driving, but I was hungover, and that was enough for me. I didn't love that one.
Yeah. Another reason I don't want kids. So
it's true. It's very,
I'm not
very
quitting
true.
drinking. All right. The movie is called Serenity, and it's in theaters this Friday. We'll be right back.